Right, I think we are live. I'm not 100% sure. I can't tell. I think we are. I'm not 100% sure because it's not coming up on the CRL
It
channel.
says it's live.
What's going on here? YouTube's
It's
being
not
an
showing.
absolute...
Okay, it's live.
Ah, it's showing now, is it? Okay. This is helpful because I just need to send this off. It's still not showing for me. Oh my god, my YouTube is crashing. Ah, yes, it's live now, so that is great to see, finally. It's still not showing for me, but we are live, definitely. That's what it's telling me. And there we go, it is live, so I'm just going to share this out now. Oh my word, this is just frustrating. Alright, so that's sorted. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, apologies about all that, a bit of confusion at the start, but welcome to the streamer. Welcome, obviously, back to Competitive Racing League, where we are now at Season 2. We're finally getting underway for Season 2. We've had a long break off, quite a while of break off. I can't remember when we were at the last race, obviously in Brazil. But it's going to be interesting to see, with a new season and new hopes, that drivers can potentially shake it up and win the championship. But I am joined here, well, my name is Sam firstly, and I am joined with V8 Fields tonight.
How's it going?
And we will be your commentary team, obviously, for this evening, watching over tonight's race and obviously the qualifying session, which is going on right now. Who's going to be the first across the line? Is that VRT Warren, who I think is the first one across the line. We're going to obviously use the track map. He isn't, but let's have a look at his lap, since he is, in my opinion, he looks like one of the favourites for this season. Count me out if I'm wrong, because I obviously know Dylan's pace quite well. I've seen him in a lot of leagues. I've actually commentated over him in a couple of leagues, and there's a Ferrari there going rather adventurous there on the track. He's completely lost. He's lost a car or something there, but anyway, Dylan moves on. There is, I think that's an Alpha in front of him, so I'll actually go to just Azaz, I think it is. Yes, it is. I don't know if I've said that name correctly, but if I haven't, then apologies.
A massive crash.
A massive crash. Oh!
Between a Renault and a Ferrari, that was huge there.
That would be Coke, Y, and Aldrich. Now back to just Azaz though. What has happened there? Big confusion for a lot of drivers seeing that happen. Do you know what happened there? Or that's a bit weird.
Well, I think out of the quick right-hander, Hope Y might have gotten on the curb or something. That just completely bottled him over, and he spun off to the right-hand side. Then he came back on the track.
Yeah, as sets the first lap of the night, and Dylan's just completely fooled me there and has gone first place. Well, I was just about to click on him to see how his lap's doing. How is Sam doing? Sam's nowhere near the end. This is this is going to confuse me a bit, because there's two Sams in Livid Racing, very similar names. One has 16 A's or whatever, one has 1. I need to get used to that and make sure that I'm talking about the right one. Shioka comes into the pits, must have invalidated his lap. There's a Renault coming around the final corner that is actually gone at his full lap. And oh, what's happened there to the Williams driver? He had to be careful here. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. You can't do that. And he's disqualified from the session. He thought he could go backwards to get into the pits. That's dangerous. And unfortunately, that's him over as Guil passes across the line at 6th place. And that's obviously a bank, well, not really a bank lap, a lap that's just not worked out properly. How's the other Williams doing crossing the line? It's not a lap. Don't know who's next. I think it's the Haas Enough Future to see who's going on an actual lap. Yes, it is. Next is Iceman, is also going to be on a lap soon. There's also an Alpha coming around the final corner. Both are set lap times though, so I don't expect them to improve unless it's Alfie. I need to put the tyres on what they're fitted. And in the chat right now, you've got people saying hi. Hello to Lucas. I'm not going to say your surname because I'm going to bottle that easily. Art said, sad I'm not here, my dad broke internet. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Big Yoshi says F, so it's something probably to do with the incident between the Ferrari and the Renault. And Raindrops I fricked up, so probably again a similar situation. Who is on a flying lap right now? Is that Toro Rosso of Laggy Racer? Where is he? No, it's the other Toro Rosso then. Let's see how Sir Grist is going to do. As he comes around to the final corner to cross the line. What time it's going to be? It's 1 minute 23.1 on the medium tyres, so that's not the best lap. Obviously, this could make up a lot more time than that, but it's a good start. You see, is that a Williams crossing the line? It won't be a Williams crossing the line. It will be a Haas, and the Haas have no future to see on the hard tyres, so this is going to be interesting to see then. On the hard tyres, goes 6th place, so 1 minute 23 dead, so that's not a bad lap time for the hard tyres here for no future to see. As a lot of guys are coming into the pits, perhaps Laggy Racer isn't one of them who's going to come around the final corner. This is going to be interesting to see what he can do. What's his lap time going to be? It's on the soft tyres, that's probably not an actual lap. So he's like 2 seconds slower than... well, he's 2 seconds slower than Dylan or Warren right there. I prefer to call him Dylan because that's what I know him personally by, so don't be phased by that too much, as he's on an outlap. So everyone now is going to be on outlaps because they're now going to go on to their second stint, it looks like. As Sam Gamer Official says hi, and of course Gavin, who pretty much joins me in every stream. He somehow finds me everywhere. And oh, Yogurt's gone, and so something's happened to one of the Hasses, I think. That's No Future to See, who's gone into the wall there. He's lost a car at turn 11. His teammate Nexus Iceman will be coming in this lap, I would have thought. But yeah, Yogurt out, so surprising for Yogurt, because Yogurt's quite a quick driver, but at the moment 14th place is not going to do him well, and obviously he's going to slide down the pecking order, obviously, because the more really more time these drivers have got to set better lap times, or even just set lap times. And look how many drivers have seemed to retire already, so a lot of drivers making mistakes and probably had a long break off, and they probably forgot to practice a little bit and get used to the circuit again, as I believe Warren's the only person on a lap right now, so we're just going to go on board with him, the current pole sitter. So it's going to be interesting to see if he improves his lap or not. Let's see what he can do. There's 10 people watching right now. Hello to everyone watching the stream, obviously. And obviously tell your friends, obviously tell anyone around you to go watch the stream as well, as we could be in for some real toasty action tonight, as Warren right now is setting the pace. He goes into sector 2. See how he does into the corners. He's doing pretty well, using all the track available. Let's hope he can continue on this lap and do the best he can. We'll see the split now. He's a tiniest of bits up there, tiniest of margin there, so it's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to be this sector 3 that's going to change everything for him. If he wants to improve, he has to have a good sector 3 here. Let's see what happens. 2 more corners left to go. Then after this one, obviously, of course, but let's see what he can do into this corner. Goes into gear 2, short shifts up to gear 3, round this corner, decides to lift a little bit, maybe a little bit too much, as yellow flags in sector 1 and 2, but as Dylan does set the pace, 2 tenths quicker. I don't know if he was, no, he wasn't invalidated, so that answers my question, as something that's happened. I think Sam has ended up doing something. I think he's hit the wall, so unfortunately that's his lap gone. Pizza broken then. I believe he was here last season, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's made any improvements, maybe going for the championship this season. Let's see what the Mercedes driver can do though, as he's in 6th place right now. I believe he set that lap time maybe on the mediums. I'm not 100% sure, but he's on the softs. Let's have a look. No, he set him on the softs, so he's looking for an improvement here in this lap. He's using all the track available, which is good. Let's see where he crosses the line. He's 2 tenths up. He moves up to 5th place. just as setting the fastest lap there. Not fastest lap, fastest sector 1 there. Purple sector 1, so a little bit of an eye spot for Dylan there. Obviously, you can check at the bottom now. There's a Toro Rosso off, and there's also something happened to a Red Bull on the other side of the track. I'm not 100% sure, but as we stick on board with the Alpha, who's gone purple in sector 2 as well. He's 1/10 up though, so it doesn't really show that he's matching Dylan's pace. So I don't understand what's going on there. Perhaps sector 3 wise, he's a little quicker. I don't understand why he's a second of the pace and going purple. Bit confusing, but anyways, we just keep on board with the Alpha to see if he can improve then. Sam in third, Guil second, and of course Warren in first place at the moment by 5/10. Pretty convincing lead as Just As goes third place. Well, who's on a lap right now? There is the Toro Rosso of Cygrist, 74 here. There's yellow flags in the section. Jesus, laggy racer there. Probably compromising Guil there. So Guil's actually going to have to go again. He must be absolutely furious there. Cygrist got past pretty well, but Guil had a huge struggle there, and Guil will have to go again. So 6 minutes to do so, and here's Cygrist coming around the final corner onto the back straight. What time is it going to be? It's 1 minute 21.883. We'll say that 884 on there. It said 883 on the time sheet, so he's just about quicker than Laggy Racer there.
When 12.62 across the line.
And I've just pressed the run button there. Shouldn't do that. Who is on a lap right now? Laggy Racer is probably the only person on a lap, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But at the moment he's in 10th place. He set his fastest lap on the soft tyres. He's going to get a lot of slipstream there from the Alpha driver Alfie Penn, who's at the back of the grid at the moment. But let's be honest, looking at the lap time, surely that's not his best lap he could put in. Laggy Racer though, also a season 1 driver as well, so this is going to be interesting to see if he's made any improvements, and he may. Yep, I knew he had done that. He has of course invalidated his lap. Is Guil going again? Oh, it looks like he's going again, and he's almost lost a car there. So Guil's actually going again for another lap, so let's see if Guil can beat VRT Warren here. Let's move on to the final corner then, into 4th gear like everyone does. He's gone up the gears pretty well, pretty quick, and he's pretty fast as well. He's not going to beat Warren out this time, but remember, look at that. His soft tyres are now 2 lap old, so he set that with lap older tyres than what Dylan has. So this is going to be interesting to see for Guil. Can he beat Warren out? Sam, I think, is down on his time, big time, so unfortunately Sam not on the best of laps. Laggy Racer didn't really improve, so he's not doing very well. But everyone in the pits right now. Sam is actually out on a lap right now. I didn't realise, but he's coming into the pits maybe to set on one more set of soft tyres. But I think Lucas is the only person. He's going to be the first person out of everyone to set an actual lap time. Well, not an actual lap time, but a lap time on the final stint, it looks like. Yellow flags in sector 2, and Alfie Penn has got a 5-place grid penalty. Don't know what that is for, but Alfie Penn, probably not what he wanted to start off his season, and we're going to be near the back.
I was just watching those two. Him and Laggy Race. It seemed like Laggy was up on his time.
Laggy Race is up on
Alfie Penn, who's on an invalidated that, getting in his way, and basically just didn't get off the racing line completely. Compromised Laggy there. Laggy gave him a taste of his own medicine. They actually made contact. He basically rode up to the wall, and Laggy just came and hit him. I'm not sure that was about.
So that makes a lot of sense then why he got a 5-second grid, well not 5 second, 5-place grid penalty, as Lucas is about to go onto his lap. Everyone else is on the out lap, but Lucas is now on to his final, well it will be his final flying lap of the evening. So let's see how Lucas can do here. as he goes into turn 1 to turn 2 pretty well. Hasn't set a lap time, Lucas, so we can't really do much with Delta here, but we're just going to have to wait and see what lap time he can put in. He's got, I think that's Sam ahead of him, so it's going to be interesting to see if Sam holds him up or if Sam gives him some slipstream here. Obviously not teammates, so I think it would be a disadvantage for the Racing Point team if Sam was to do that, so I don't think he would do that. Although Sam is quite far ahead compared to Lucas, so I don't think Lucas is close enough really to get into that slipstream. I think you're now coming into sector 2, and he's invalidated his lap time. So unfortunately we do not get a full lap then from a driver, and we move back then to the Maverick. The Maverick on a lap time right now. Alfie Penn needs to put a proper lap time, because I can't believe him putting in a 1 minute 27.6 here. But the Maverick right now is on an actual lap time here on the soft tyres. So it's going to be interesting to see what lap time he can do. Pizza Broken's on a lap time as well. She'll have to make sure that he is the next man that we watch after this. But the Maverick, it's going to be interesting to see down the grid. I just missed what his Delta showed there. So let's see if he's going to be up or down through sector 2 into the final sector. He's going to get through these 2 corners pretty well. Doesn't use all the track like your race or your current pole sitter Warren did, so that's not very good for Maverick. But let's see if he's up. He's up by 1/10, so that's not going to be enough to move him up any positions though, because look at that, there's a huge gap between him and 10th place. But at least he wants to improve. As he comes through the final few corners now, this tight section, you can either make or break your lap time here. Make up a lot of times. It looks like he's broke it, because unfortunately he's got too wide and onto the gravel a little bit, and that's his lap completely over. Pizza Broken then coming through this section as well now finally. Let's see what Pizza Broken can do. 3 more corners left to go. Gets one on that one pretty smoothly. Probably didn't use as much as the track as maybe Warren did. Around the final 2 corners using all the track. Here, is he going to go flat out here? No one's really gone flat out. He's gone flat out, so it's good to see. Pizza Broken then come around the final corner. He's 9 seconds down. I've completely missed out the time, but that's a great end to the lap, though, I must say. As I believe that's the 2 Hasses going to play a little bit of the game. Next is Iceman ahead, though.
Do you know if reset to track is allowed?
I don't know. I feel like reset tracks is a bit. I feel like that there should be like a option to ban it, but I don't know. I don't think it's too serious in qualifying, but obviously in the race it's a bit more controversial than ever, because you make up a lot of time. As next is Iceman. It's the first of the Haas boys, but let's go to, I believe, okay, so I can't say his name. Sidris74 is not gonna set official lap time. I think that's the Maverick on a lap as well, but he's not gonna set a lap time either. What about Laggy Racer then? Laggy Racer coming through the final corner. He's going to set official lap time. Pizza Broken, is that? Yes, that should be. Who's gonna finish his lap as well just behind, so just watch out for him as well. The 2 Haas boys as well. And it is well, Pizza Broken has not got the best lap to finish. Next is Iceman finishes on a lap, but let's see what new features you can see he can do. He has beat him by 1/10, so at the Haas boys it looks very close and competitive, but it looks like we've got no more drivers left to go. We probably have one, which is actually the Williams Egg. You will very dangerously in a position there, but obviously he's retired, so it's not his fault, as it looks like the Williams driver has gone 7th. I believe that's qualifying over, unless Alfie, oh my word, what's happened to him there? I think he should maybe just retire, because there's no point in him continuing. But Alfie there not showing the pace at all. 1 minute 27.6, 4 seconds off the pace, over 4 seconds off the pace, 4.5 seconds off the pace. Absolutely, in my opinion, quite terrible, really, to see, in my opinion. But unfortunately for Alfie, he'll have to probably go again and do better in the race. Anyway, let's look at the comments then. And obviously there is more from a lot of people. I think Raindrops is supporting Guil. Maybe that's a teammate thing, I think, because I believe you are the Ferrari driver, so you're obviously cheering on your teammate. Obviously, Warren, your leader. I think Warren's talking about Guil, and I'm assuming Alfie. I don't know what that is. Sam Gamer, obviously LR Sam, bottled Sector 3, still happy with P3 though. Obviously, last season's runner-up after a very entertaining last race. Obviously, unfortunately for Sam Gamer, didn't win the title, but this year he will go again. Anyway, let's run down the grid order for the first race of the season here in Competitive Racing League. VRT Warren sticks it on pole with a 1 minute 19.7. Guil in second, LR Sam in third, Just As in fourth, No Future to See in fifth, Nexus Iceman in sixth. I'm not even going to pronounce that. The Williams driver in seventh. I'm so sorry, but that's just a name I can't pronounce. Eighth place is Pizza Broken. Ninth place is so I can't even say his name either. And 10th place is Laggy Racer. So that is your grid. Is there anyone there, V8, that has surprised you?
What? Who would be higher up or lower down?
Or just who surprised you in general? Like, who surprised you with being so low, or is there anyone who surprised you with being like quite high?
Well, I think Yogurt retiring so early, that was a bit of a surprise on my behalf. I didn't expect him to crash so early on, but I would have thought Pizza would have been higher. I think 8th is a bit low for him. He's normally a consistent top 6 runner.
Well, yeah, obviously you got to pay dividends that leagues always seem to evolve and develop, and obviously you got to keep up with the times at these points in racing leagues. Obviously, so for Pizza Broken, their 8th place may be surprising, but you know, some of the lads in there, there's a hell of a lot of improvement of some of the drivers, and it could be interesting to see how Pizza Broken takes that this season. But yeah, I think it could be an interesting season for Pizza Broken. Probably a little bit of a surprising season for him in 8th place. Who else would you say has kind of surprised you in a positive or negative way?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. Like, I think everyone is where their pace relatively is. One thing I'm more shocked about is the amount of retirements there were.
Yeah, same here.
12 were all...
Especially in a qualifying session, you don't usually see that. We all know that, I think it's turn 10 and 11, we all know that that corner, or them corners, that sequence, it's not everyone's favourite, but, like, if you're pushing, it's not actually that hard to get through if you just stay calm, but a lot of drivers ended up screwing over there, and that might be a little bit of a storyteller for this race to how it may go, but it's going to be interesting to see how Warren does off the line, obviously, after such a convincing qualifying result, 3/10 ahead of Guil, obviously. But let's not put Guil down, especially obviously Sam as well, last year's runner-up, wants to keep that momentum and keep it going, and maybe go for the title hunt again this season. It's going to be interesting to see how those two do, and obviously, and we've got a spinner already. It is a Williams of Exoid J98. I'm just going to call him J just for being easier. But that's the first one who has fell already to turn 10 and 11.
Off into the gravel. The most successful mission. I expect his tyres to be quite worn up. Like,
well, yeah. Yeah, his one, especially the Williams driver, should have warm tyres, although perhaps they're maybe a little bit too warm, so he'll have to be careful off the line, obviously, not to get too much wheel spin. I think that's Omar Spaghetti with him as well, or the Maverick, one of the two. But let's see who gets the best off the line then. So we're just about ready to get underway then. So Warren will take us away from pole position. We're waiting just for the lights to start, and here come the light sequences here, and I've just got to change the camera quickly there, and that has worked. 5 red lights, And we are now underway for Season 2 in CRL. Who's got the best start? I think UL's got a good start here, and so has Sam. But Dylan will lead you into turn 1. Let's see if he's going to keep it. Pretty convincing as well. Omar Spaghetti is out of this race already. What's happened to him back there? I don't know what's happened to him, but he's going slowly. He's just retired from the race or something. Sam now closing in on UL just right behind him. It's very difficult to really make your moves around the circuit, as you may well know. This track's very difficult, as Omar obviously out of the race already. We're down to 18 just after turn 1 and 2. Sam in third, just as is in fourth. Who's that going down? Oh, and that's a Williams been spun. Oh, and that's a Renault hit it as well. So that's definitely not good for the Renault team or the Williams team. And there's a virtual safety car. And, oh my word, there's a lot of brake checking here from the Maverick there. Not what he'd like to see in the the Renault. All over the place here at the back of the grid, but at the front of the grid must be a little bit annoying for Dylan, who's getting in his stride. About these safety cars and virtual safety cars on the first lap, especially virtual safety cars, do you say it ruins momentum for drivers, really?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you think momentum is ruined when a virtual safety car comes out on the first lap for a driver maybe leading the race or putting a great momentum race so far? Do you think that ruins it, like the virtual safety car coming out? Because obviously they've got to slow down.
It's a tough one,
And Dylan gets a good exit there, actually, away from the virtual safety car. QL just behind, not going to close in close enough. Anyone going to close in here? There's a massive gap between 7th and 8th, and 6th and 7th as well. But back to the front of the grid then, because I don't think there's much going on at the back of the grid. A lot of drivers, though, coming into the pit stops early on because of, obviously, well, I'm guessing, crashes. Something's happened with Coat White at the back there. Going very slowly. And he's crashed out, or something's happened to him there. What's happened to him? He's on the gravel, so I don't know what's happened to him there. Back to the front of the grid then, where Warren is leading away then. Anybody getting very close to anyone? Not so much at the moment. Just as though is probably going to try and do something with Sam in a few laps time, maybe in this lap or next lap. Sam, though, pretty comfortably in third place at the moment. Ewell in second, and obviously Warren going ahead in third. There's yellow flags in sector 3. That is Coke as well, again, spinning out. Might as well just retire at this point, as you can see, no future to see. Gets a 3-second time penalty at the bottom there. Sam closing in at Ewell. Not a very good exit out of that corner though. It's not helped him.
Peter's had an incident.
Peter's had an incident as well. A lot of incidents so far. Only 2 laps in. Nexus Iceman getting closer. And you said about Pizza being a top 6 regular. Right now he's down in 13th, and that's no points for him at the moment. Nexus Iceman's trying to close in on Laggy Racer. He's not going to get him at the moment, but DRS is enabled. So DRS may play a factor in this battle in a little while. And maybe see one of the first major overtakes, because just as I don't think it's got enough room to get the move done on Sam. It's not, and neither has Nexus Iceman.
Lap 3 and Coke
Oh,
White.
what's happened here? Oh, what's happened to Warren here? Warren's gone insanely slow there, and QL has been compromised. Look at Sam. Sam's going to take the lead. He's battling for first place with Dylan. Dylan's onto the grass. Dylan's got some wing damage. I think Dylan's lost a car somewhere near there. And Dylan, who started this race superbly, has just gone down to 5th place. I think he's hit the barrier or something around that corner, which is obviously very difficult to navigate. And there's Coke there in the background as well, you can see. Look at now, there's Sam into the lead because Guil was compromised there. Justas just behind as well, and Justas might even get the move done on Guil here. Round the outside he'll have to go. It's going to be difficult. Let's see what Guil's going to do. He's going to defend pretty well. Switchback though is going to get the Alpha into P2, so Guil down to P3, Dylan down to P5, and Sam takes the lead.
Going to be strong for Sam. Of course, War Rage out of the league. He's moved on to PC, so Sam is looking to be in prime contention for the championship.
Obviously, War Rage, obviously doing what you may say, Nico Rosberg winning the championship and then just retiring Or maybe actually I think he's taking a break because his wheel's broken or something, so unfortunately he can't defend his championship. But Sam, obviously the runner-up, looking to seal his championship in CRL. But he's got a lot of competition in Guil, and of course Warren himself, and obviously a few others like Yogurt as well are capable. And obviously Just As at the moment showing quite a bit of a scare there, and there's no future to see out. So no future to see, I think, has hit the wall or something there. Yes, he has. He's out, and there's a safety car.
That'll help Coke Y, who's currently a lap down, and
tell you who this has helped, especially if Sam decides not to come into the pits. This has helped Warren out easily. Look at him down in 11th place here, and obviously he's going to have to go slow here, but he is now probably on the charge to try and get back his position. But also it may not help him. Well, it may not help him, may not help him. It may not help him if Sam, Just As, Guil, Laggy Racer, etc. decide to pit. This is going to be very interesting strategy-wise to see if they pit like Warren has, because Warren must be absolutely killing himself right now if that is the case. And Sam, is he going to go into the pits? Yes, he is. It's Just As, yes, he is, and so is Guil, and I think Laggy Racer's either going to do the same, or is he going to try and stay out? No, he's going to do the same, and so is Iceman. So it's going to be interesting to see. And the Renault is actually staying out. Obviously, fair enough. He's on the medium tyres. And, oh, Warren's got a 5-second penalty there for exceeding track limits. So another blip for him in the code. Look at how much that hasn't helped him. He is still stuck just into the third sector. So that means he is down in 10th place now. So he's got a lot of ground to make. Let's see who hasn't. Obviously, Sam will come out in the lead ahead of Guil. Guil's gone on the hard tyres, despite it telling you it's gone on the mediums, but he has definitely on the hards, and Sam's on the mediums. Same with Just As goes on the hards as well. So quite a few guys are favouring hards or mediums. Only 5 laps in. What tyres would have you gone for then for this sort of strategy? It's kind of mind-boggling, isn't it?
I've probably gone on to the hard tyres, try and make them last for as long as possible, then maybe make another stop if they don't last to the end of the race onto a set of softs. But
yeah,
that strategy could work out.
Yeah, well, we obviously know Australia quite well, obviously now, enough to turn around and say it, how difficult it is to overtake. So what I'm interested to see is, because obviously I don't think Tyrrell will be pitting anytime soon, so it's going to be interesting in my opinion to see what Tyrrell does against Sam, Guil, and obviously Just As well, and obviously Dylan, if Dylan's still in the frame, because obviously he's down in 10th. And we'll obviously be interested to see how he does as well, trying to get past everyone. But Sam obviously will try to protect his lead off the restart. But obviously he's got these 2 drivers in front of him first that he has to be aware of and be careful of. There's Jay, who's left the session. Oh, he's got a
time penalty.
He's got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. I'm telling you something about where they've got this update wrong though. Is I like this update with the safety cars because it leads to a lot more unpredictability. Oh, and that side just going wide. That leads to a lot more unpredictability. However, there is one issue with this, and that's the penalisation. Like, honestly, Sam getting a 10-second penalty for that simplest of corner cuts, where it probably either be a warning or maybe a 3-second penalty. 10 seconds, not so much, and that's probably one of the only updates, wrong things about this update.
I'm inclined to agree with you. To be honest, it happens quite often that just for the tiniest cut that would only really result in a warning would be 5-10 seconds. I'd just like to talk to you quickly about who really is being helped up by the safety car. LR Yogurt.
Yogurt, yeah, of course.
He had a horrible start. He was miles off everyone else. Now he's been brought back on fresh tyres. He's going to be in the fray and making up positions, and I'm excited to see. We've lost some of the slower drivers who have fallen back or have just retired.
Yeah, there's a few names.
He can stay out of incidents.
There's a few names that may need to pit, and that would be Tyrrell, Sygris, who'll have to pit again. I think Maverick has to pit, and of course maybe there's a chance that Pej Sainek, again, sorry if I said that wrong. I'm just going to call you Pedge because I guess that's probably the easiest way of saying it. May have to pit again as well. I doubt it though, but it's going to be interesting because Yogurt's quite a quick driver. He's very capable, in my opinion, of making these moves. But also you've got to think about where to make the moves on this track because this track is very difficult. It's very close racing, but it's very tight and very hard to overtake. And obviously when you make your moves, you've got to make them stick pretty easily without no issues, obviously, of course. This is a very interesting track, isn't it? Australia, though, let's be completely honest, because although the track seems very simple, there are a lot of places on this track that can just bite you in the back, and safety cars in this lap. So Tybalt will get everyone underway again. I just want to see what happens then when he will lift. He surely will lift just after this corner and get going. Yes, he has, and here we go then. We are underway, and look how much the Renault's already got away, but look at Sam. Sam's already going to try and make a move on the Toro Rosso. So they go side by side into this corner. The Toro Rosso has the better tyre, but brakes a lot earlier than Sam, and Sam takes second place. Now Guil is fighting for third place here, and has he got it around the outside? Yes, he has. That's a great move from Guil, who is now going to try and track down Sam, and Sam is obviously tracking down Tybalt, but Tybalt at the moment I don't think would try to get Sam to make the move anytime soon. Pedge has made a move on Lucas in the back there. Dylan's already up to 9th as well, so Dylan's got a good start off the restart. But let's see what Guil can do then. Unless of course Sam can do. Sam was teasing a little bit of an overtake there from Tybalt. But let's see if he can make an overtake in a minute, because obviously I don't think DRS opens up just yet. But Guil would be closing in. Laggy Race has made a move on Iceman, pretty clean. They're going side by side through there. Oh, there's a massive crash! Massive crash! Oh my word, that's involved the McLaren. There's Haas. Jesus, oh, there's a virtual safety car, and next Iceman. What had happened there? I just literally went on board with, I think it was Maverick, and there was cars spinning everywhere. Maverick's gone completely off the track, and there's now a virtual safety car again, which is helping Tybalt the more, because Tybalt at the moment will be leading this race, and those medium tyres will not wear out as much, and he's obviously going on to the medium softs. One thing that won't help him though is the fact that Sam has got an amazing exit, and Sam's going to take the lead. This is great for Sam, and the crowd goes obviously mental, as you just heard there. But Tybalt down to second place. Tybalt gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Guil there, very close, and Guil's been compromised again. So Guil sharing the same story, getting compromised in this league so far. But Sam will now like to get away from the slower Renault driver. Guil's on the harder tyres as well, and look at this, Guil just can't get past, and this is what I said earlier about how tight, how difficult it actually is to overtake on this track. This track may look very easy to drive, but to overtake, it's an absolute arse. Let's see what Guil can do into this corner then. It's not going to do very well then, so Guil third place, Tybalt in second. Tybalt's going to get away from Guil, so Guil's lost a lot of time. Just as at the moment though in fourth place, and there's a yellow flag set to 2. Something's happened. There's a Red Bull. Something's happened to Lucas. I don't know what it is. Oh, there's been a collision there at the back as well. I think there's been a massive collision or something with Lucas and some other drivers. I'm not 100% sure there, but not great to see. Guil still can't get past Tybalt, and Tybalt's gone wide now, so now it's Guil's chance. What's Tybalt going to do? Tybalt still stays ahead. Here comes Guil then. Guil does not have DRS to help him. Well, he probably has the same ERS available, but DRS is enabled. He's going to go into this corner. Is he going to brake later? He's going to brake earlier, just about. Tybalt keeps P2. Yogurt gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane as well. So you said about Yogurt. Yogurt's got to come into the pits because he's obviously got damage or something. But look at Guil. Guil's still stuck behind Tybalt now. So Sam's just going to get away. He's now almost 3 seconds ahead of second place. Guil now is going to have a good run into this corner. Is he going to get the move done? No, he's not. Oh, Tybalt leaves the door open. See what Guil can do. He's going to have to do it on the outside. Is he going to switch to the inside? Too late now. It's going to have to be done on the outside. Oh, Tybalt squeezes him. And actually Guil's lost another position. Guil's now down to 4th. Look at Warren up to 5th place as well. So Warren's now going to be chasing down the Frenchman in front of him, obviously in the Ferrari. But look at Justus. Justus has now got Tybalt to overtake. So Guil's probably going to come back for this, but you saw how difficult it was for Guil to get past him, or he didn't even get past him. Look at this mistake though that Tibble's making, and Guil obviously will probably want to come back in a minute, but Justice, is he going to make a move here? No, he's not. Neither is Guil, and neither obviously is Dylan. Oh, and Dylan's made a mistake. Dylan has made a costly mistake on the hard tyres, has lost complete momentum there, and he's now 2 seconds behind Guil. Look at this on Justice, he's finally going to get a move done, as it looks like they go side by side. I think Justice has got it. Justice has spun! Justice has spun, and I think he's been saved, but Guil there, out to third place, Justice in fourth. Is Justice going to try and make a move on Guil now? Oh my words, this is helping Sam all the more. Tibble's still ahead in second place somehow, but Sam in the lead now by almost 6 seconds. So this is absolutely worth a treat for Sam, and he's obviously on the medium tyres. Be careful not to go on the grass too much. Obviously he needs to nurse those tyres to the ends, another 19 laps. But look at this.
Race has been pretty intense tonight. It's Alpha 10. Just saw them.
Oh, and there's yellow flags. Tibble's off. Tibble's off, and he finally... I'm going to say this obviously in an unbiased way. It looks like Guil and Justice has got rid of what seems to be a nightmare for them at the moment. But Tibble will come into the pits. It looks like his lap, because it looks like he's got some sort of wind damage here. Yes, he has. So, unfortunately for the Renault, staying near the front, it's going to be difficult. And look at that, how much downforce he's lost. Now he's in trouble from the Williams driver of Pedge. And Pedge is going to easily get past, and look at Pizza Broken as well, not far behind. May even try and catch up before the pit stops. Not going to happen. Oh, Dylan's got past Justice actually as we speak, which I don't know what else from. Definitely not from DRS, but Dylan seemed to have got past. He's had a little bit of a struggle on these hard tyres so far, but Justice gets a lot of well, gets behind. Obviously, I think that wind damage is playing its toll. Look at this now. The gap is almost 7 seconds between Guil and Sam. So Guil now on the hunt for his first race in CRL. And obviously Dylan won last season, but Sam obviously is on the charge for a championship. And right now, if he keeps that first place to the end, it looks like he could be cementing his pledge to win it this season. There's no real battles going on. Laggy Racer, I guess, perhaps is a little bit of a battle with Nexus Iceman at the back there, but nowhere near really capable of a real big battle at the moment. Dylan's trying to catch up with Guil. Look at this, and Justice, fourth place. He's still staying out, despite I guess what seems to be quite unfortunate spin he had. He's still staying out on that broken front wing. Into the first corner he goes. He's actually got a broken front wing on both sides. He should possibly just come into the pits then and fix that before he loses even more time. He may lose a lot of position, but he'll lose a lot more time by staying in this position. Look at Dylan right now, third place, catching closer and closer to Guil, but Guil got a better exit just recently. So Guil's still stuck ahead just about, but Dylan's going to try and close the gap.
This race has really been turned on its head. Remember earlier, Pizza was down in 13th, where he is now.
Oh yeah, Pizza as well. Both the Mercedes drivers have really had a roller coaster ride so far of a Grand Prix then, haven't they? Pizza broken down, obviously he was down in 13th at one point, Dylan down in 10th, and now look at him, 6th and 3rd place, and fighting for second place will be Warren at the moment. Pizza obviously now 7 seconds away from 5th place. There's yellow flags, that's a Toro Rosso. I think that's Laggy Racer. Yeah, I don't think he's retired or anything's happened to him. I think he's just simply lost the car, as Dylan will continue to close into Guil. He's not going to make a move here, but maybe he might make a move in a minute in the next bit. Let's see what happens here. Guil though gets a better exit, so Guil's going to get away a little bit further. Sam, though, is also getting away further. Now almost 7.5 seconds ahead of Guil. And look at Pedge now up to 4th place, beating Justas. This wing damage is not helping him at all now. Down into 5th place when he was fighting for 2nd not so long ago.
He'd be wise to pit. It's just damage limitation at this point. And he's gonna start.
Look at him. He's already 2nd down. He's already a 2nd down on Pedge, so that just comes to show how much time he's losing. He really should consider coming into the pits. As VRT Warren now up to 3rd place, probably going to challenge Guil in a minute. Sam's got a 3-second penalty. Remember, he has another 10 seconds penalties, but I'll probably get removed because obviously the safety car antics is just completely wrong. Let's look at Warren here. He might make a move on Guil. Is he thinking? No, he's not. He's going to stick behind just for now. He may just wait for that next DRS section, but tell you something, if you don't get past by the 1st or the 2nd, you've got the 3rd one there always to help you. The 3rd one's always the important one around this track, but obviously it's not so important on the final lap. It's always important to get the 1st and the 2nd one done. Once you got the move done there, you just got to defend from the 3rd one, and there you go. As Laggy Racer comes out, obviously a lap behind now. He comes out on the medium tyres, so the medium's going to obviously last. Justas gets another 5-second penalty as he's finally decided to pit. As Dylan's probably always gone broke later than Guil. He's not going to close in just enough though, but Guil's very close with him. Just got to be careful, and like you said, Justas' race has just not gone to plan.
I like this. The two giants of Formula 1, Mercedes and Ferrari,
battling
toe to toe.
Yeah, and obviously in the future, you've got Racing Point, who will be turning into Aston Martin. Oh, and Dylan there, really revving up the car. But also you have Racing Point going to Aston Martin in 2021. Do you think they could be a title contender in the near future? I wonder. Be interesting to see. Oh, and Dylan, he's just about kept the car there. Is he gonna finish that save off with a nice move as well? No, he's not. I think that was really a little bit. Nice to see. It was a nice save. It's a little scare from Warren, who's made a few mistakes in this Grand Prix already. Obviously, has led to him probably losing it at the end of the day, because Sam is now 8 seconds clear. No one seems to be catching him.
I'll go back in just 1 minute.
SQL gets a little bit away in 2nd place. Dylan in 3rd place at the moment, but he's not catching him just enough. Lucas then in 7th. Adric in 6th place as well. Oh, and what's happened here? Yellow's in sector 1. That must be Pedge himself, who's gone very slow there through the corner. Must have had some sort of issue there. Warren's now 8 tenths behind Guil. Excuse my headset. My headset is old and everything. If you can hear that noise there, it's quite old, and obviously it's going to start getting a little bit rickety a little bit. But let's see what Warren can do. He's not going to close in for Guil. In fact, Guil's probably around the 2nd ahead already. Guil's closing the gap a little bit from Sam, I think, but not enough. Tell you what's going to be interesting. It's going to be the end of this Grand Prix. Still 14 laps to go, so we've just gone over halfway margin of this race. In fact, we definitely have, because we're now on lap 16. But Sam, he's going to find it quite difficult towards the end to nurse these medium tyres to the end. I've seen many times before that people have decided to go to risky strategies, especially at tracks like Bahrain and Abu Dhabi, where obviously tyre degradation is much higher. They tried to do a one-stop from the start of the race, and I believe it was a quick mention to Danestar or VRT Valentino. I mean, I'm sorry for calling you out, but on the final lap in a league race which I was commentating over, he decided to obviously try to do the one-stop at Bahrain, and on the final lap he got a puncture, and that was his race win ruined from him, his first race win of the season. But obviously, unfortunately for him, he has to go again in that sort of in that way or sense. So Sam needs to nurse his tyres. He must not do too much to these tyres now, especially with Guil on the hards. He's going to have the better tyres at the end of the race, much better. I mean, if another safety car comes out though, Sam's tyres probably could make it to the end. Dylan at the moment in third place, then 9 tenths behind, so he's stuck with Guil, but Guil is just about ahead at the moment.
Yogurt is beginning to make up positions after having to come into the pits. He's had a really unlucky start to the season, but he's making the most of it by doing what he does best, which is overtake people and drive cars fast.
Yeah, and obviously there is a long way to go, and obviously his teammate is doing the bits right now for him. So in terms of constructors wise, except for Mercedes, I guess, it looks like Racing Point are in a pretty good position. And Pizza Broken, talking about Mercedes, has gone up to 4th because Pedge has gone on the pits on 14 lap medium. So he must have got wind damage in my opinion, otherwise that's a bit surprising. So he goes on another set of mediums.
On for mediums, presumably to go to the end of this Grand Prix.
Oh, there's another safety car, and that is Thibault out. So I don't know where he's lost. Look at where he's lost it is a bit interesting. He must have, I'm guessing, got too much of the apex on the exit and just smashed into the wall. So unfortunately for Thibault, causes another safety car, and obviously it'll be no points for him. And obviously it's another, where it's another early, I guess another early bath for him. Obviously getting out of the car then, and obviously we'll have to leave this race behind. But at the moment, oh, it's Sam Pitts. I've just noticed it. Sam Pitts. This is interesting. Guil Pitts as well. So does Dylan. Look at Pizza Broken here. Pizza Broken, interestingly, is going to be in 4th, but Sam goes onto the soft tyres. Guil and Dylan, I think, are going to do the same. This is going to be an amazing battle towards the end then. So this has helped Guil and Dylan out. Looking at where Dylan's pace has been on these sods, it looks like he could potentially take the race win. Pizza Broken is way too far behind to make any sort of impact on this. But Sam catching up right to the safety car then. And now he's got to stick behind it, and he obviously knows this is not going to be helpful for him. He must be absolutely annoyed right now to see the fact that the safety car has come out. It's given the opportunity for Guil and Warren both to obviously end up catching up.
They're all on a fresh set of softs, so once this safety car period ends, they are going to be absolutely rapid.
I tell you who hasn't gone on that, and that is Ald, Eric and Pizza. They've both gone on mediums. They don't have any trust for the softs, or that's interesting to see. Lucas stays on the hards as well, so Lucas probably thinking those hards are probably going to be good enough to go to the end. It says he's on soft tyres, but he's not.
And again, this gives Yogurt another chance to catch up and get closer to the leaders. Maybe he can get into P4 by the end of it. I'm going on based on the fact that the top 3 will be flying from the restart, so it'll be difficult for Yogurt to get back up towards them. So I'm interested to see where he's going to end up after this, the end of the race. Only, what, 12 or 11 laps to go?
Yeah. Dylan's already said, that Sam wouldn't have made it to the end of the race. I agree. I mean, we looked at, obviously, Pedge coming in. I don't know if it was because of damage, but yeah, I don't think those mediums would have gone to the end. The hard's debatable, but I guess this is the reason why it's going to be a battleground towards the end then, with 10 laps to go. Hopefully the safety car comes in after this lap. Lucas gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
I'm curious as to why Lucas didn't pit before when he was behind Aldrich. Now he's behind Seatrist and Yogurt, so he's lost out a lot just by leaving it one extra lap.
I think he potentially thought that the front runners won't come in, and maybe others wouldn't come in either. He thought that it was too risky to come in, and I think he's realised that he's got the strategy completely wrong. He's down to 10th though, so not like he's lost the race.
He's down, but not out.
No, not at all out, and obviously neither are any of the front three at the moment. Obviously, on those soft tyres, any three of them can end up victorious today with 10, probably like a 10-lap sprint to the line, as it looks like if no more safety cars come out, then it could be good for Sam, Ewell, or Warren. Who's going to take the race victory? I mean, as we're in the safety car, we've got 10 laps to go. It's best to do some predictions towards the end, so I'm going to ask V8, who do you think is going to win this race?
I've got to go with Warren. I really do. He's come from 10th position. He had a dreadful start, you know, and he's come back to being P3 now. He was fighting with Will, or Guil, I can't really say his name.
Yeah, Guil.
You know what? I think he's got the pace. I think he can do it. What about you?
I think it is Warren as well. He's shown in qualifying that he's much more suited to these soft tyres than he was to the hard tyres. Obviously, he made that mistake, but obviously, you're always going to get these sort of mistakes. But if he does everything right, then I think he's got more pace than Guil on these softs, and definitely more pace than Sam as well. So, and obviously Dylan being a title contender, what way to start the season than win the first race of the season? And it's same with Guil as well. Guil would want to start the season with a race win, and if he's going to do that, he'll stay out another lap with the safety car, which is a bit annoying, so we won't get underway for a little bit longer.
I thought Zoid in 15. He's miles behind anyone else.
I believe he has left the session. I believe he has anyway. Yeah, it looks like he's left the session, so unfortunately for him, that's not really helped. Laggy Racer gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so actually he's the first one to receive that. Others have received 5-second penalties or 10 seconds. And I've been told that the safety car doesn't go in until everyone is bunched up, so it should be in this lap then, because of the Toro Rosso you were waiting on. That's what Dylan has told us. So the safety car came out obviously on lap 17, I think, or lap 18. Has gone on an extra lap than what it usually does. Australia's a very interesting track to see, and obviously it's a very peculiar track where a lot of drivers seem to make a lot of mistakes, and maybe there's going to be a few people here maybe not warmed up their tyres enough, and it may cause a lot of... Guil's still in AI. Guil should probably get out of AI to get ready for the restart. In fact, his car's not weaving like the other two are. Laggy Racer's got a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits.
He did not cut that. They need to fix this as soon as possible. It ruins everything. You see in the background, there's a bit of a front wing missing. I think that's Of Laggy. He might have been brake checked by someone.
He's got another 5 seconds.
On the left.
He's just got another 5 seconds for a severe thing with Maverick. Oh, he's just moved up. He's moved up 2 positions. I don't know why he's moved up 2 positions. Oh, what's he doing? What is he doing?
Come on, Laggy, mate.
Oh, you can't be like this, mate. You've got to play the game properly. Back to the front of the grid, though. Hopefully, sorting out something.
That's just us.
Just as a spun. Oh, his race has just gone from bad to worse then for Just Us then. A man who may have potentially been on for a race win or at least a podium here has ended up being at the back of the grid and already spinning early on. And going through these quarters now, Dylan's lost quite a lot of time to Guil here. Guil's going to try and close in on Sam. Remember, Sam in the lead of this race for the majority of it. But how much is that going to change? And look at the gap between 3rd and 4th. There's yellow flags again in sector 1. Is that Laggy Racer? Yes, it is. Yes. He's lost the car, and he's had to have Just Us go a little bit wide there. But look at the front 3. Look how much they've got away from everyone else. There's yellow flags in sector 2. Sam losing all the track there. But Guil's got the better exit. Guil might actually make a move here. Sam's going to protect the inside line. I don't think he's going to make the move, but Sam locks up a little bit. Guil is probably looking for the move in the next DRS. bit, but let's see here. Guillaume's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. Warren in third place. There's a lot of penalties been given out. I'm not going to check race director, obviously, because there's a big battle going on here, but in general we wouldn't anyway, because it just ruins that surprise. But QL is just trying to stick it in that slipstream. And look what we said about Warren with these soft tyres. Sets the fastest lap out the ones in front, but obviously those two were battling, which obviously has compromised their lap times. But look at Dylan just waiting for the drama to unfold in front of him. Sam goes a little bit wide there. Sam not doing the best. Just has got another 5-second penalty. Sam into this corner, so with Guil, and obviously same with Warren as well. And Justus has actually retired now. Unfortunately, it's not the race he would have wanted.
13 runners, 12 if we count Zoid as a retirement.
I'm guessing Zoid is a retirement. So a lot of people have retired 7 retirements. Not the best, but not the worst. The slow. Oh, Dylan's got a great exit compared to Guil. It's not enough to close in too much to him, but Sam's got a way better exit than Guil. And Sam's recognisably gotten away from Guil by quite a large margin. In fact, by over a second now. Oh, and Sam! Did you see him with the car there? I just focused on Dylan there. He got a little bit of wheel spin and almost lost the car. Guil now is going to probably try and make a move on a shaking Sam here. And let's see what Guil can do. Guil right on his tail. No DRS open though. I thought DRS was just enabled a minute ago. He doesn't. It's not opened for now. For some reason. Set to 1. There's yellow flags. Listen. Oh yeah. Dylan must be Dylan, especially Guil. The amount of bad luck that Guil has had this race, and that's just put the nail in the coffin even more for him. Another virtual safety car.
I think we've had more safety cars this race than we did the entirety of last season.
Probably, yeah. I mean, this update, I do like the update, but then I don't like it at the same time. We get going again, but look how much Guil has lost out there. Completely lost out by a large margin, as Dylan now is in third place, trying to close in on Guil. Well, there's a bit of a battle between Alfie and Sigris. There's a yellow flag that's set to 3. Something wrong with the Toro also.
I'll be hitting the box then.
5 laps left to go then. Sam keeping his lead for now. Guil in second. Obviously, we may not see Sam win this race provisionally, but obviously down to what happened under the safety car. Like so many different penalties. To look at Guil closing in quite convincingly as well. And there's a Toro also probably looking to go into the pits just to retire right now, and that's another retirement that we are just about to see, I believe, unless he's going to stay out.
Oh, he is going to stay. LR Yogurt. He's made his way all the way up to 4th and we've not noticed it.
Wow, he's up to 4th. You did tell me, honestly. Look at Yogurt now, probably going to try and catch up with the top 3. It's a hell of a distance. But look at this for constructors, though. Constructors wise, Racing Point has really taken Mercedes by storm now. You said earlier about Mercedes being the dominant force. And look at Sam there going wide again. May leave the door open a little bit for Guil, who's very close to him. Dylan as well. This is going to be a hell of a last 5 laps here. And look at this Dylan closing in even further on the top 2. But look at Sam now through the final corner. Same with Guil. Guil trying to follow that line with Sam as much as he can. Is Sam going to pull off to the outside, or is he going to stay on the inside? He's going to pull over to the outside, make sure that Guil cannot find a way past. Guil is getting closer and closer to taking this league race win. Yogurt gets a 3-second time penalty at the bottom there. Dylan at the moment in third place. Sam goes a little bit wide, but Guil not getting the best of exits. Oh, there's yellow flags again. It's set to 1. That is Lucas. How many yellow flags are we going to get? It's eye-watering. QL may have cut the corner a little bit there. But these top three... Say again?
8 tenths is separating the top 3 right now, so if you go either way in all 3, Dylan's been hanging back, but he's just waiting for the right moment to strike, really.
Yeah, Sam's got away from Guil. He's got a better lap time. But look at this exit from Dylan. He's got a way better exit on Guil. Is he going to make the move here? But no, he's not. Wait, he is. He's going to try around the outside here. Guil leaves him just about enough space. Quite close. See what Dylan could do.
An audacious move there.
That was an audacious move around the outside.
They kept it clean.
Yeah, very good driving etiquette for both drivers. Guil's lost a lot out to Sam, and so obviously has Dylan as well. So Sam at the moment is now four laps away from winning this race for the first race of the season, and obviously in his championship quest this season, obviously that he didn't win last season by a narrow margin, I believe it was. But obviously the defending champion War Rage, or not defending champion, but the champion War Rage will not be defending his crown this season, obviously because his wheel broke. If anybody would question why he is not racing tonight, obviously, and why he's not racing this season, it looks like. But Dylan's closing in on Guil. Guil's lost a lot of time to Sam. And there's not really many bouts behind. I'm just going to state though, Yogurt is closing in on Dylan. So I don't think he'll be able to catch up enough to make a move, but if Yogurt keeps this pace up, then maybe there is an opportunity for Yogurt to get Dylan. And Dylan's going to close it on Guil again. Guil gets a little bit of a lock up there through this corner. These two are planning on hunting down LR Sam, who should take the first race win of the season at the moment. But Dylan and Guil close enough to strike, perhaps in a few laps time. Dylan loses a bit of time to Guil, unfortunately, so Guil's got a little bit of way, so Dylan's got on, but Dylan does have another DRS open to go. Yogurt is now 3.4 seconds between him and third place.
So, nice Guil. Guil's gone. Guil's out of the session. Guil has retired from this race. I'm not sure where Sam's gone, but that means that, oh no, Ferrari's going to score no points, and that is another retirement. So Warren moves up to second place. You're getting to P3 now, so it's a double podium for the racing points. I'm not sure where our main commentator has gone, so we're just stuck on.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. Something had just happened, and I just had to get involved.
As you can see, Guil is out.
Oh, Guil's out. Oh, what's happened to Guil then? What happened to him?
Lost it at the right-hander just at the start of the second sector, and he went into the wall, I think.
Oh,
that's his race over, and no points for Ferrari. Double podium for Racing Point with 2 laps to go.
So you can imagine. You can imagine he's probably doing some sort of similar signal to what Sebastian Vettel was doing in Germany 2018. Finley is shocked about Guil's retirement there, obviously. But look at Dylan now trying to focus on sticking behind Sam and potentially taking what could be a great league first win of the season. Yes, he's now got freedom now, not behind Guil, to potentially pounce on Sam in these next 2 laps.
Oh, now it is going to go one of 2 ways.
And Finley has told me that Guil was pronounced Gil, by the way, so that's very helpful. And Sam, he's made a mistake, Sam, here. Look at Dylan. Dylan's going to blast past here. So Sam's made a mistake, and Dylan's going to have to try and get around the outside. It's close to Sam, almost losing the car, but Dylan around the outside takes the lead well, takes the race lead, and obviously only has 1 lap to keep that race lead. So Sam now moves down to 2nd place, and Dylan moves up to 1st. So Dylan on to the final lap then. He must be absolutely celebrating already, because look how much Sam has lost time by. He must just keep calm now, Warren, and he's won this race. But look at Yogurt now, probably going to focus on getting that 3rd place and that first podium of the season. And it's a 2-3 for Racing Point. He's got another 3-second time penalty, which is not going to help him, with Pedge just behind as well. Look at Sam though, trying to close in on Warren. Warren though is in quite a convincing lead at the moment. Sam is not closing in at all either. It's about 8/10 behind Warren at the moment, but it's been an all-out battle for most of the race, and Sam has got a 3-second time penalty there, which has not helped him. Obviously I think 10 seconds maybe put off his time, so we'll obviously have to see what where he theoretically is. But let's see what happens here. So Dylan at the moment is a convincing margin away from Sam. I don't think Sam is going to make the move anytime soon. Yeah, Dylan has got a rather okay exit, but so has Sam as well. And Dylan looks like he's about to win the first race of the CRL season here in Australia. Let's see what's going to happen then around the final 2 corners we go then. 2 more corners to go round this corner, and then simply 1 more corner to go then as he goes round the final corner then, and VRT Warren will take the first race win of the season and get season 2 underway. And Sam's crashed out there at the end there, finishes in 2nd place. It must be a disastrous feeling race for him. Obviously 10 seconds will probably get removed. Yoga into 3rd, actually Pedge into 2nd place there. Next is Iceman, 5th place, so it's a good race from Iceman actually, and Pizza down to 6th. I think he was in 5th place originally. Lucas is way behind in 7th place, 30 seconds behind. Alfie Penn just behind, but Alfie I think has well, he's actually left the session or something. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think he's left the session, which is has he left the session? I cannot tell. Anyway, Aldrich then is going to finish 9th place. A pretty disappointing race for the Renault driver, for the Renault team actually. And then finally, of course, it's the last Toro Rosso cyclist. And there's comments in the chat. So Finley says, don't know how to say it in English letters. So Guil says, do you know the name Guilherme? Guilan. I kind of do, I kind of don't. I mean, there's someone who I know well called Guy, but I think it's pronounced something similar to Guilherme or something like that. But Sam Gamer in the chat did say that a bottle was expected. Bottle, obviously as usual, and GG to Dylan, who has won this race, the first race of the CRL season. But a podium is as follows for him, and obviously first place for him, and then the Czech Pedge, the Czech driver in the Williams, gets 2nd place, and Yogurt finishes in 3rd. So luckily 1 racing point is on the podium, but for how long will that remain a thing, or will there be 2 racing points on the podium very soon? But Pedge will be very happy with provisionally getting that 2nd place. But as we run down the grid order then, Warren gets 1st place, and he doesn't even get a penalty there. It don't look like he's got a penalty. I believe he said he did. Anyway, Pedge in 2nd place, 12 seconds behind. Yogurt in 3rd, Sam in 4th, Iceman 5th, Pizza Broken in 6th, Alfie Penn in 7th, Lucas in 8th, Aldrich in 9th, and Sygrist in 10th. Jay did leave the session, so he is not an official finisher of the race, but he did start 19th. But V8 now on to the driver of the day. Who do you think is the driver of the day for you?
Well, I think it's pretty obviously gonna be Warren.
Yeah, I think there's 2 obvious candidates here. I think Warren is definitely one of them, but I think the other one will obviously have to go to LR Yogurt, who's gone from 50th place and 4 pit stops as well there. He's moved up from I think that was 15th place. I've completely lost which position he was, to, of course, I think it was 3rd place in the end. My mind's completely lost me, but oh well. So a pretty controversial race, a pretty good race as well indeed. Pretty difficult track, but Australia is now done for CRL, and the the second season is now underway for CRL. So CRL at this current point is gonna go through a lot, and it's gonna be very different indeed. Now, seeing where everyone is going to be in the next round, which I'm just trying to find here because I've completely forgot what it is because it's a while ago. If you could tell me what the track is. I'm not 100% sure what the track is. I finally found it. I finally found the calendar. So the calendar next week is in Bahrain. So it's an interesting track, Bahrain, and there's going to be a lot of overtaking going on in that race. And will Dylan defend his lead by winning the next race, or will Sam come back, or will Guil come back to win his first race of the season? We will see you next time, obviously next Saturday, where it will be a very close race in Bahrain, where we'll see a lot of overtakes. But from me and V8, we will see you soon.